I wonder if I could have a show of hands here from everyone who thinks they know anything at all about Riverside Cemetery. If you think you do, just please raise your hand. Dick, I know you know a lot about it, so thank you. I see that many of you do, but there are some who do not. Well, to begin to know something about the cemetery, we have to start someplace. So how about if we start right here in this beautiful sanctuary? You look around at these lovely stained glass windows, and you'll notice that several of them have the name Mercereau inscribed on the glass. At one time, the Mercereau family owned hundreds of acres of land along the Susquehanna River. In fact, nearly all the land that is currently Riverside Cemetery was donated to the church by the Mercereaus. Our first burial was in 1792, and now there are some 6,000 people buried there, including more than 500 veterans from every single war this country has ever been in. As far as the Mercereau family goes, there are more than 200 of their relatives in the cemetery. The most noteworthy of the Mercereaus are the brothers Joshua and John. They're considered heroes of the American Revolution, and they acted as spies for General George Washington, and they prevented the British Army from crossing the Delaware River in pursuit of General Washington. So in recognition of the patriotic service of Joshua and John Mercereau, Riverside Cemetery is now listed on the New York State and National Registers of Historic Places. Truly a wonderful honor for our church. But unfortunately, there were no financial rewards that came with that honor. For it's one thing to be an historic cemetery, and it's quite another to maintain the historic cemetery. Our cemetery budget has almost no money in it for infrastructure upgrades or repairs, and only a small amount of money to repair some headstones. So this year we put our heads together and said, what can we do? And we ended up applying for a grant from the New York State Department of Parks. And in that grant, we have proposed a number of projects that we would like to implement at the cemetery, including a new flagpole with solar lighting for our veterans area, repavement of the roadways, pruning or cutting down some of the diseased trees in the cemetery, uprighting some stones that have fallen over because of age, and most importantly, repair and restoration of the many very historic stones in the cemetery. Now, if we win this grant, and we should know by mid-December, it only pays for 50% of the costs of these projects. The other 50% has to come from us. And that's why I'm up here today speaking to you on behalf of the Stewardship Campaign. Now, recently we all received a pledge card for 2017. And new this year is the capability to pledge directly to the cemetery. So I ask you that as you prayerfully consider your pledge to the overall church, that you allocate a portion of it to the cemetery so that we can continue to honor the many veterans buried there and the thousands of others that have come before us.